Talking transfers, it's John Gibbons here with Paul Gorst from the Liverpool Echo to talk about all the latest in the transfer world in Merseyside and beyond. We're in the wonderful Slaughterhouse, a great winter pub it is. And also, they've got the big screen, Sky Sports News behind us, and we're getting emerging pictures.
Gorsty, as it happens live.
I know, of Jordan Henderson bouncing around Amsterdam. It must be nicer weather than here, because he's not got much of a coat on, but he had a big smile. He seems to be happy to be there. I mean, what have you made of it all, first of all, before we get into a few Liverpool stuff?
Honestly, it's just been such a surreal story, hasn't it, over the course of, 6 months? I wouldn't say burnt his bridges per se at Liverpool, but his exit was definitely handled in a kind of hand-fisted, hurried manner. You know, you look at the leaving, kind of the send-offs for Milner and Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Firmino, with that guard of honour at Aston Villa in May, and it was not a nice, touching, fitting way for them all to leave, and then Henderson has kind of shuffled out the back door, films a quick video at Anfield on the day before it's announced, and then I think, if you remember, he was filmed training with his teammates at Etihad before Liverpool had even announced that he left. So everything about that was just handled so poorly, I thought. And that's before you get onto the kind of the moral situation around all the LGBTQ plus stuff and whatever else. And I can see why so many of that community were kind of let down by Henderson moving there to begin with. And then when he goes there, quickly establishes that it's not all it's cracked up to be. And you know, he's playing in front of League 1, League 2 level crowds. The standard is probably around that level as well, and he quickly realises that it was a big mistake, and obviously he was never going to come back to Liverpool. And
it's interesting there wasn't even any suggestion of it. I know there's there's apparently tax reasons and stuff like that, which is a bit sort of over my head. To be honest with you, I've never been able to defer a payment to my life. To be honest with you,
couldn't try to.
I need the money now. But you know, there's tax. But even amongst you know, it is telling, like, I mean, it's going back now, but when Rushy went to Juventus, he just sort of came back to Liverpool, and I know he's a different age and stuff like that, but it's interesting to me, there's never been any sort of suggestion, which just sort of suggests, you know, certainly from a Liverpool point of view, you know, there's certainly no regrets their side, and they feel like they've moved on with a new team and a new midfield.
100%, yeah. I think Klopp got asked about Henderson's general situation after the Arsenal game, and it wasn't so much would you take him back, it was just like let's get Klopp on the record about it, really, and he said, has Henderson come out and said that he wants to leave? And until he says that, then I'm just treating it as baseless speculation. But I think we all knew at that point that there was something in it, and so it has transpired. But yeah, I mean, the sad thing is he would have played, wouldn't he, this season? He would have still been club captain. He would have had a chance to skip them in Europa League games and cup games, and he still would have played in the Premier League.
I think he starts the first game against Chelsea, and then if you play well, then you know you sort of never know really. So I think he went too soon for himself. But whether it's worked out better for Liverpool, I mean, we're top of the league and he's still in every competition. So,
I mean, the funny thing is, he said he hasn't gone for the money, and if he's deferring payments, then he hasn't gone for the money, has he? He's come back with his tail between his legs, really, in European football, and just a sad end, really, to what is a legendary career and a kind of otherwise heartwarming tale of fighting against everything in your path and going on to be a success.
Yeah, if you go through his Liverpool career, and I did something with the Athletic before, and you know, we talked the way all through it, and you remember those sort of all the moments where he was doubted and sort of came through to lift that European Cup, and you know, hopefully for him and for everyone, really, that's sort of how he is remembered, you know, in the long term. But for now, he seems to be going to Ajax. It's a big club, but they're struggling a little bit at the moment.
They are struggling, yeah. One thing I would say, I suppose, and accounts in his favour as slightly as he's not been stubborn and stuck it out there for the sake of not looking daft. He's just quickly established that it's not for him and come back. And okay, he might get a few brickbats in the coming weeks, and I've read 3 pieces today that have been quite critical of him, but he's thinking that
if you're not happy, you're better just do it.
Exactly. He's thought of his family. His family weren't adjusting by all accounts, and he wasn't even living in Saudi Arabia. He was living over the border in Bahrain, which is around about an hour to training every day, and if it's not for him, he's up sticks and come back, and you know, he'll have to take his medicine here and now, but you know, in a couple of years' time, hopefully, we're talking about Jordan Henderson as the Premier League winning captain, European Cup winning captain, and not about the debacle that's been the last 6 months.
Yeah, well, we'll see. As I say, it's breaking behind us. It looks like he's going to Ajax, 2.5-year deal or sort of, or whatever it is. He's going to have his work cut out there. They're struggling a bit, but I think they need a bit of leadership, and he'll surely offer that.
YouTube Press the button, become a member of the Anfield Wrap from the heart of the city of Liverpool. The best way to enjoy all your Liverpool-based videos, everything you need, every single day. It is the Anfield Wrap.